Hey guys, Large Thinny Shrimp Tano here, and today I thought I'd do something a bit different than my usual memes, by doing some album reviews. I'm going to do these every Thursday until I run out of albums in my collection. Uh, the album reviews will be track by track, and not too in depth, just to not make the video too long. For every video, I'm going to be spinning a wheel to decide which album I will be reviewing. Today's album is from one of my favorite bands. It's Metallica's self-titled Black album, released on August 12th, 1991. This is the band's fifth studio album, and it was produced by James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and Bob Rock. This album is known for being the album that took a more mainstream approach with its sound, and it is also one of the best-selling metal albums of all time. Alright, let's get started with the review. Enter Sandman is inarguably the most well-known Metallica track. It's the Metallica track everyone and their grandmother knows. With such a classic and timeless riff, chorus, and amazing solo, it makes for a great album opener. This song was released as the first out of 5 singles off of the album on July 29th, 1991, and it has gone on to be Metallica's most famous song. Enter Sandman peaked at 10 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart and 16 on the Billboard Hot 100. Sad But True is probably my favorite track on this album, with the heavy simple riff and great drum part. The song is about the internal struggles people experience in their heads. This track was released as the 5th and final single from the album on February 8th, 1993, which is nearly 2 years after the album's release date, and it peaked at 15 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart and 98 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is another very strong track on the album. Very heavy and fast-paced at 166 beats per minute. Coming in second place for fastest song on the album, the fastest being Through the Never at 186 BPM. This song is about James Hetfield's irritation with people in the music industry who point out other people's mistakes. The song was planned by James to be released as a single, and he was quoted as saying, "The band still teases me about this song, because it was the first track that jumped out at me as a potential single. I should point out that at this stage in cutting the record there were no lyrics, so initially something about the song spoke to me. It rocked in a very aggressive way that said Metallica to me." This track starts off with an acoustic, finger-picked intro, and it eventually gets heavier with a small solo in the middle, surprisingly with no wah this time. The song is about James' troubled childhood and how his father left him at a young age, and how he cannot forgive him. It was released on October 28th, 1991, as the second single, and peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart and number 35 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song is also part of a series alongside The Unforgiven 2, released on the album Reload, and The Unforgiven 3, released on the album Death Magnetic. This song is another one of my favorites from the album, with great instrumentation and vocals. The song starts off with instruments like a sitar and gong, along with a 12-string bass, and then the drums and the rest of the band come in, and it's just a great song, especially the solos. The song was released as the 4th single and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock chart and number 82 on the Billboard Hot 100. The track is about life on the road during tours, where the band would have up to 200 shows on their tours. This is probably my least favorite song on the album. It just doesn't hit as hard as the other songs. This song title was inspired by the phrase used in colonial America in the 1800s, used as a way to stand for personal freedoms. The band was criticized for being too patriotic with their lyrics on this song, which angered the drummer, Lars Ulrich. This is the fastest song on this album, and it starts fast and it ends fast. Very headbangable track, another favorite from the album. The song's title is the inspiration for Metallica's 2013 movie Through the Never, which was released on September 27th of that year, and gathered positive reviews. Again, this song has another great solo from Kirk Hammett, as with most songs on this album. If Enter Sandman is the most famous Metallica song, this is definitely a close second. Metallica's most famous ballad is a mostly acoustic track, with the exception of a guitar solo in the middle, played by James rather than Kirk this time, where the song starts to get heavier and then gets softer once again. The track can be interpreted to be about many things, some being life on tour, missing someone at home, and the band themselves have used the song to be about their fans. The song was released as the fourth single and peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock charts and 34 on the Billboard Hot 100. This is a very deep song about James Hetfield's distrust in God after his mother's death from cancer, which occurred because she did not want to receive medical treatment, relying only on her Christian faith to heal her with the power of her God. This is of course what caused her death, hence the name, The God That Failed. James feels betrayed because of this, which is why he began to doubt his parents' Christian beliefs. This song starts off immediately on a great foot with a great bass intro. The song was originally planned to be an instrumental following the previous four Metallica albums before this, but this was later changed as Hetfield felt it would be better with vocals. The song is about an outsider's view of someone who is very pessimistic and is wandering in self-pity. This track was played for the first time more than 20 years after its release in 2012. This is the last song recorded for the album, and the struggle within refers to the fact that James Hetfield had a hard time coming up with lyrics for the song, which I thought was quite funny. Alright guys, that does it for this review. If you liked it, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments what your favorite song from this album is. And if I got anything about the songs wrong, please tell me. As for a rating, I give today's album an 8.5 out of 10. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Maybe I don't understand this. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this.